Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and in today's video we are going to see an interesting topic, and that is how to draw this beautiful isometric sketch. Like, just look at this, you guys. It has the perfect finish, and I'm going to show you step by step into I think 4 or 5 different segregations, and I'm going to make very easy for you. So without further ado, let's get into this video. The first one is to draw the 2D elevation. So let's switch on our drawing guide option, go to 2D grid, and then we are going to go to the grid size, and it should be in centimeters, and let it be at 2 centimeters. So instead of 1, we are going to set it to 2 centimeters because we want our elevation to be a little bit bigger in an A3. So instead of 1, we are putting it as 2 centimeters, and as you can see, each grid is going to be 1 meter. So keeping that in mind, we are going to continue with our 2D elevation. Yeah, make sure to have your drawing assist option on your layer, and you can actually have a reference image, or you can have a plan that you have already drawn, and keeping that in mind, you can actually draw your elevation, because in plan you will know which room is what dimension, and with respect to that you can actually count the number of grids. So if one of your room is 4x4, then you want to draw the front elevation of your house, of your design. So each grid would be 1 meter, so the room will be 4 meters, and that is 4 grids. So yeah, just use that logic and continue with your sketch. So right now I had a design in mind, and I took a reference from one of the Pinterest images. So with respect to that, I have started to draw the front elevation. And since the drawing assist option is on, your lines are going to be really straight. So I'm just counting. So it's just a 2-floor individual house. So I'm just counting the number of grids in my mind, and I am starting to draw the fenestrations, the front, the framing, the RCC framing, and then the balustrade or the balcony railing, glass railing, the windows. So everything I'm just trying to put it in place. And of course I'm using the technical pen, you guys. So whatever we use in most of our projects, technical pen, that's very handy. So yeah, use the technical pen and draw your elevation first. And also guys, keep in mind, this is not like that exact to scale very perfect 3D, but as I said, it's going to be like a conceptual isometric view, because isometric views are conceptual, isn't it? So yeah, so right now I'm just adjusting this thing using the distort option, because I feel this was too short, so I am just increasing it to another 800 mm above. And I'm also drawing the steps. So everything in 2D, you guys. So yeah, as I'm saying, that you can just eyeball and make sure that it looks proportional, but at the same time it needs to be believable. So that is why I'm using the grid option and making it as accurate as possible. Okay, so now we are almost done with the 2D, and let's set up our isometric grid. Again, go back to your drawing guide option, to your isometric grid, and make the grids to 1.5 centimeters. Because if you make it 2, it becomes too big, and I don't think our whole building will fit into an A3 like this. So I'm converting the grids to 1.5. And just to show you guys, or this can be a guide for you to arrange your front elevation on this isometric. So using the technical pen and in a new layer, and I'm using a different color, I'm just calculating how much the front facade would occupy. So as you can see here, each grid again is equal to 1 meter, and I know that the whole building will fit into within that the frame of that red line, since I've calculated the dimensions while I was drawing. So I'm going to place this according to the red line that I've drawn, and I'm doing that using the move tool and the distort option. So very carefully see how I am adjusting, and also the height. So I know it is like 2-story, and here you can see that I'm counting, so roughly around 9 to 10 meters I think. And with respect to that, I was also adjusting the height, and I have centralized the sketch. Next, let's start with the isometric sketch. And if your layer is assisted, your pen would automatically move in an isometric angle, so you don't need to worry about that. And I'm just extending it into a 3D angle. And if you have your design in mind, it will be very easy for you to draw out this isometric angle. And I'm erasing these extra lines. Look at how easy it is, you guys. Again, going back to our sketch mode. I'm just giving the depth right now, and we also have our steps to be extruded, so I'm doing that now. And I remember there was another step in front, so I'm doing that as well. And this is a compound. Guys, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know why. Okay, there is a compound here for the backyard, and I think I'm gonna draw a compound wall behind. There you go. And I don't know why the front portion is open, you guys. I didn't think about the design much, but yeah, I'm just showing the concept right now. Don't keep the design in mind. So next, the final sketch that we are going to do. This is not very clean, so we're going to do a finishing sketch. Let's reduce the opacity of our original guide, and in a new layer, make sure your drawing assist the layer, and using the technical pen. We don't want such thick lines, very thin and fine lines we are looking for. So set up your dimensions of your brush, and you can start to draw the lines over your guide very neatly. It's okay if there are tiny lines that are crisscrossing over at the edges. I would usually like to keep it as it is because it gives you that sketchy effect. So it's up to you if you want to erase them, or you can keep them as well. It adds to the aesthetic of the type of sketch that you do. And it is in this step that you want to detail out or give depth to each of your design element on your elevation, you guys. So again, here this framing portion, you can see that I'm giving a depth here. So the more you detail out your sketch, the more legit it would look. More clearly you can make your clients understand your concept. So the fine lines for the outline, it makes a huge difference, isn't it, you guys? And I'm also sorry because I don't know, my phone camera is showing a lot of disturbance while maybe the settings should be wrong or something, but it hasn't focused perfectly in some portions, so I apologize for that. And here I realized that I can actually make a corner window, so I'm just extending it slightly, and yeah, here I'm basically eyeballing it proportionately. So yeah, and even for the frames you can actually give the depth, you guys. See, the more you start giving the details, the more your sketch looks very good. The more detailed it is, you can automatically see that change or the difference in your sketch. Instead of it being a very flat, even though it is 3D, it would still look flat, but it is very important for us to give the depth for it. See, the fenestration looks very nice right now. So there is no limit, you guys. And here again I have to give the balcony extension, since I have my glass railing thing going on here. There you go. Let me give it some thickness as well. And then maybe the beam depth below it. So I just switched off the drawing assist option to erase these extra lines that are intersecting. So once you start drawing again, make sure to have your drawing assist option on. I'm giving the thickness right here, and then you will have the glass railing over it. And I'm going to give a little bit of thickness to the glass as well. And I'm erasing some extra lines. And I'm just adding a little frame or an extrusion for this slot window right here. And now I'm just going to give some depth for the ground floor as well. So I'm giving this sort of a balcony situation with a French window. So next is to create our surrounding. So the surrounding concept becomes a very important element for our design. So in a new layer I am adding this pathway. It can either be a pedestrian or a vehicular pathway, and also I'm going to start to draw the vegetation. So everything is going to be in using the technical pen. You can also adjust the thickness accordingly if you want to. But before that, I'm slightly smoothing this line right here, because since it's on the ground it wouldn't be that sharp, isn't it? So I'm just making that a little bit curvy, and I am going to draw our vegetation. So it's just going to be this shrubs or grasses, like just simple line drawings, you guys. So it doesn't need to be very perfect, because nature is the only organic thing that we can see, which has very organic lines. So make sure to take advantage of that and be very flexible. Here I'm also drawing some rocks and then some grasses protruding from the rocks. Again, this corner I'm just filling up with the grass because it looks very empty, and yeah, generally you would have such tiny grass or shrub elements happening at the corner of the walls in any residential houses. And again, a couple of rocks right here. Maybe I can add a huge tree to make it a bit more interesting. And another tree may be here at the background. And then some shrubs here at the foreground. And I just realized I missed this slit window and also this part of the railing right here. And I also want to add this plumbing kind of an element in the back, so it creates this extra detailing for our sketch, maybe like a gutter line behind. So there you go, you guys. And also the landscape is in a different layer and the main build is in a different layer, so make sure each elements stay at different layers, so when you're rendering in the future it becomes very easy for us. And I'm also drawing two birds there to make it more interesting. So how did you find this video, you guys? Was it helpful? And I feel this is one of my best works so far, because I feel it's come out better, and I've learned something new and I wanted to show you guys as well. So this video is going to be only the sketching part. The next video is going to be how to render it using different materials through Sketch. So I will come up with that for the next video, because I didn't want to combine everything at once and jumble up your mind as well. So let's learn one thing at a time, so we have loads of time. So for the next video I will show you how to render this same image. So yeah, comment down below what you liked about this video and did you learn something new today. And also I have activated my Instagram account under the name The Design Journal. So please make sure to show me your support there as well. And people who are watching this video without subscribing, please make sure to subscribe, you guys. Only then I will be motivated to give you the best. And I will see you in my next one. Until then, always keep smiling because it reduces a lot of stress. Bye.